Lately, India's Chandrayaan-3 mission did something incredible.
It managed to land a spacecraft close to the moon's south pole. This is a really big achievement because only a few countries, like the Soviet Union, the US, and China, have ever been successful in landing on the moon. What's even more special is that India is the first country to set down in this particular area. This spot on the moon has scientists all excited, and I'll explain why in more detail.
Imagine discovering ice on the moon.
We usually think of the moon as a dry, dusty place, but this ice discovery is changing that idea. Ice is not just for drinking, it's also important because it can help cool down equipment and even make fuel for rockets. That fuel could be super helpful for future space trips, like going to Mars.
This ice was first noticed by India's Chandrayaan-1 and a NASA spacecraft some time ago.
Now, other countries are really interested in exploring this icy place too. The US is making plans to send people back to the moon as part of their Artemis 3 mission. This time, they want to send the first woman and a person of color on this journey. They are also getting ready to send a special rover named Viper to check out the South Pole in 2024.
China is also joining in on this moon exploration, planning to send their own mission in 2026. But let's dig deeper into why everyone is so excited about the moon's south pole. Well, it's a unique place that's very cold and dark. This helps keep the ice from melting. Imagine if you had a super freezer that could keep things really cold. That's what this area is like. It's so chilly that when water molecules go there, they freeze right away. And because it's so incredibly cold, they stay frozen and don't turn into gas.
This frozen water is important for many reasons.
For astronauts, it's like having a water source on the moon.
They can drink it, use it to stay cool, and even turn it into fuel for rockets.
But it's not just about astronauts, scientists are also excited. The ice can tell them a lot about the moon's history. It can show them where volcanoes erupted in the past and help them understand where asteroids might have hit. However, landing a spacecraft near the moon's south pole is not simple at all. It's not like parking a car in an open space, it's much more complicated. The moon's surface there is not flat and smooth like a parking lot. It's rocky and full of holes. Think about trying to land a plane on a bumpy road, it's quite challenging. And in the moon's south pole, it's even tougher because it's both dark and cold. Picture driving in the night with no streetlights, you wouldn't know where you're going, right? Landing on the moon's south pole is a bit like that. The spacecraft needs special cameras to help it land safely, but it's still very risky. Even in well-lit areas, landing is tough because big rocks or craters could cause problems. So, while the moon's south pole has amazing things like ice and fascinating science to offer, landing there safely is a big puzzle that needs to be solved. Space agencies are working really hard to figure it out. They're sending unique rovers and spacecraft to help, but it's not an easy task.
Even countries with lots of space experience, like Russia, have faced challenges. So, while it's a tough mission, everyone is excited to keep exploring and learning from this one-of-a-kind and icy part of the moon.
Subscribe our channel for more interesting videos.